guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome. It is so lovely to see everybody today, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the witchcraft that I want to be practicing in 2026 and a little review of last year's plans. So grab that cup of tea, let's get to it. So last year I did a video similar to this, and I talked about wanting to follow the Greek wheel of the year and all that kind of thing. Like, I can't remember exactly what I talked about, but I definitely wanted to walk the same path as my ancestors. I was very interested in Greek witchcraft and the Greek wheel of the year after reading a lot of like Greek witchcraft books. Problem is, there's actually no information about the Greek Wheel of the Year anywhere apart from that one book. And although in that book they talked about this council, like Greek Council of Witchcraft, that had set up this Greek Wheel of the Year, I can find no information. And so I like to have all the information possible before I start practicing something, before I start doing something. I don't just kind of step into it and just go with the flow. So it felt like, oh, there's no information. And so I didn't really know how to incorporate it into my practice. And to be honest with you, we had a lot of stuff going on last year. My mother-in-law, God bless her, she got dementia and she passed away sadly, and also our dog Dexter passed away. And there was just a lot of heavy emotions, a lot of stuff going on, and I didn't get to practice my craft quite as much as I wanted. And so those things kind of got put to one side, which is perfectly okay. It is okay to pause your craft if life gets too heavy. It's okay to take a breath, to step back for a moment and to kind of reassess your relationship with your craft, or the things that you want to step into, the things that you want to do. And it's actually something that is very normal as a human being to need to do. So if you're in a place where you're like forcing yourself to practice, life is hard, just know it's okay. You know, just have a nice cup of tea, a mindful moment in nature. Do the small things that are going to help you through, but don't feel the pressure to do big spells or to do crazy craft, because it's not always right for us. And sometimes those pause years are just as important as the big taking massive steps in your craft years. So with that said, we're stepping into 2026 feeling a lot more confident and a lot more sure of what I want to practice. I do have my 2026 Seasons of the Witch diary in my hand. Not sponsored or anything. I will leave a link to it down below, but it's just what I chose to use as my book for this year. And stuck within the first page is a post-it note with all my notes on, because I am a professional. So let's get into it. The first thing I really want to do is to work more with my animal guides. I did a whole video where I did a layout in my grimoire, my Beverly grimoire, and I've done a whole series of that I want to get back to this year as well. But I did a whole spread of the guides that I feel called to, the guides that I really want to work with, and there were certain themes within those that I really want to focus in and ground my year in as we move forward into 2026. Working with animals and animal guides, or familiars, whatever you want to call them, is something that witches have done always. It's something that's always been part of our mystique, our history, our folklore, and it's something that I really want to get better at doing in this year. I also want to work on my psychic-ness and opening up. I have been to see psychics for years now. Me and my husband regularly book in with psychics. We love to go and be read and to get information. And I went to see a woman not too long back who I hadn't seen in a while, and she said I'm opening up. I'm a lot more open than I had been previously, and she gave me a lot of advice and information. I've also been reading a psychic workbook. I'm working my way through that. So in the coming year, that is definitely something that I want to work on, just opening up, getting more confidence, getting more connected to my intuition, but also opening up my clairs, my clairvoyance and all that kind of thing. I also got gifted by my sister-in-law this whole, like, she'd put together a whole tea leaf reading kit. She got me this beautiful cup and saucer, she got me some lovely tea leaves, and she got me a book all about tea leaf reading. And she's not a witch at all, but that really inspired me. I was like, wow, somebody's really nudging me towards this. And I'd wanted to get into tea leaf reading years ago, but it just didn't happen. So that is definitely something that I want to work on. Springing off of that, I want to work on my daily practice. I want to make it more dynamic, and I want it to flow better instead of being like kind of stagnant, like step by step. I do this, then this, then this, then this, and that's it, my job's done for the day, which is why it had been last year. And sometimes that's what you need it to be, so you can get through a difficult time. But this year I want to use planetary magic. I want to really step into working with the days of the week and the planets associated with those days of the week to focus my magic daily on different subjects and different things. So that is something that I'm really excited to do. And also, while I'm talking about it, if you are interested to see how I put these things into practice throughout the year, don't forget on Mondays I do put out a weekly vlog where I show you my practice, talk about disability, just my life in general. So if you would like to, you can subscribe and ring that little bell so that you always know when I upload, and you can check out my practice daily should you wish. I definitely feel called to my glamour magic again. I'm really enjoying using colours and magic in my makeup, drawing sigils on myself, the fundamentals, the basics. But I definitely want to try and make my own perfume. I want to kind of create one for confidence and one for anxiety, to ease my anxiety, and one to just help me be more grounded in scent. Scent is something that I've definitely neglected in my practice. I have stepped into it a little bit more this year because I bought some loose incense for Yule, and lighting that every day has really helped me to feel that Yule energy all around me as I'm working with the season. So that has been really fun, and I've really enjoyed that, and it's really made me want to connect deeper to that. So the idea of making my own like magical oils that are going to be skin safe, hopefully. I'm in the research phase of that at the moment, but that is definitely something that will be coming to the channel in the future. I've already thrifted or found over the last year some like vintage little glass bottles that would have sat on somebody's dressing table back in the day, and I'm really excited to fill them up with oils and things that are going to really help me with my practice and to carry those scents with me. The idea of working even deeper with scent and with oils and that sort of thing has really inspired me. The next thing that I'm really excited and inspired by is divination, bringing in the tea leaves again, but also things like just reading my tarot decks more. I kind of want to dedicate Sunday to doing like week ahead I'm sorry, I'm really foggy today. Week ahead tarot spreads, and I really want to do like a year ahead spread and that sort of thing. Just really stepping more into divination and using that to connect deeper with my gods and goddesses, but also with my ancestors, animal familiars, etc. I think that would be really fun. So that's something that I definitely would love to get into. And lastly, crafting. We all know here on the channel I love being crafty. I love being an art witch. I absolutely adore making things, creating things. This year I want to work on felt crafts. I made, what did I make? Oh, I made some holly to go on like a sorry, what do you call that? Like the string that I made, the bells and everything that I fold in my window for protection. What's that called? Wreath? No. Anyway, I created something and I made holly out of felt, and it was really fun. And then I found these other things that you can make out of felt, and you can stuff them. So I was thinking, oh, I can stuff them with like plant matter and stuff, and that really got my little cogs whirring. So that's something that I want to look into and work on. I want to do more art, find more inspiration with art magic and watercolor, things like that. I really want to get back into crochet. I did it like Christmas time, like this time last year, and I really enjoyed it. It was lovely to not be on a screen and to just be sitting crocheting, watching TV. So that's something that I'd like to get into. And in the summer, possibly embroidery, possibly. I did buy like a basic starter kit thing, but it didn't have a lot of information in it, so I definitely want to kind of do some research and look into that. So these are all things that you will not only see within my practice in my weekly vlogs, but hopefully I'll be focusing on here on the channel. So if any of those things sound fun to you and things that you want to see more of here on the channel, definitely let me know in the comments, because I would love to hear from you guys. And if you've got any ideas of ways that I can tie all these things up in a nice neat bow and help them flow well together, if there's any books or YouTubers or anything, let me know. Let me know all the things in the comments, because you guys keep this channel going, you keep me going, and I'm excited to share my year ahead with you all. 2026 I'm really excited for. I haven't felt this excited for a new year in a long time, and I don't tend to think of new year until like March time, when we have like the spring equinox on my birthday on the 16th of March. You know, springtime seems to feel more new year-y to me. However, I do want to take the time between now and then to really step into research and finding out more about all of these topics, and just really finding a way to incorporate them into my practice and into my daily life. That's the plan. Let's see how it goes, hey? If you enjoyed this video and you enjoy spending time with me, definitely make sure you leave this video a like, comment and subscribe. Hype it up if you can, because all these things really keep me going here on the channel. And I want to share a huge thank you to all my Patreons. Don't forget, if you are interested, you can follow me for free on Ko-fi or on Patreon. Just another place where you can get notifications. So if you enjoy my content and you enjoy me, there's more options out there for you. I really hope that you have a wonderful new year. It is the week before New Year for me, and I think you should get this the day after New Year's. So if you're watching this straight after, let me know how you celebrated the new year, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.